Okay.
Hi everyone, how you doing? This is the Canadian marketing team, and you can hear Diane standing or laughing in the background there. We're going to be focusing a bit on Diane's business today. And Dan, do you want to tell us a bit about your business? Dr. D. Dr. D.
So, for anyone who has a pile of books that they're surrounded by and they would love to get through them, I teach people how to read faster, more efficiently, with better comprehension.
It's funny because I've actually been reading novels, and I'm reading novels at a double the amount of time I used to before. And I find that because of your training, what I've been able to do is I've been able to actually find out what's the fluff inside of the novel, and I'm able to really speed read that and then get right to the very important information, read what I really want. And sometimes, you know what? I think to myself, am I making a mistake? And I go back and I reread it. I'm like, no, that was right. And it's like, holy man, I'm getting better at this stuff. So I really recommend the work that you're doing, Diane. So the reason why we have you and we're talking back and forth here today is because last week we said we were going to kind of throw you in and get you started with advertising. So
Right.
I would like for you to just check out the Canadian Marketing Team Facebook page right over here. And what you're able to do is, we're slowly getting more and more members. So please become a member. And what you're able to do is you're able to go and check this out. Just click it here, and you're going to open up this page right here, which is getting started with advertising. Take free online courses about the basics of Facebook advertising. So did you know where to get started, how to get familiar and with the basics of advertising? And so then we go down here and we have an ad auction delivery overview. And then we have ad contents. And then I said, let's go and create a Facebook ad. That's what I pressed. And then edit and manage your Facebook ads, and then enhance and direct your response rates, and then extend your campaigns, reach an audience and network, and then Facebook and Instagram and promote your business. And I went over here and I clicked the first one. And so then it brings you in. You have to actually sign up for it. And then it brings you to the next page. And then it's pretty cool because create complete campaigns using the ad manager. And so I'm hoping that this was introductions to Ad Manager. Let's go back a little bit. Creating Facebook ads. There we are. That's where we started. So this is going to be when you click this, creating Facebook ads. You're going to go to the next page over here, and then what I want to do is I wanted to say, okay, ads on Facebook, and then I want to say an introduction to Ad Manager. And so here's an Ad Manager, as you can see. And we're going to go through the Ad Manager right now, which is something that last week Jason said he wanted for us to check out and work a little more with. And so let's take a look at View. So an introduction to Ad Manager. And this is where on a weekly basis that, the sales and marketing weekly workbook, there's typically what you have is you have your 5-year plan, your 12-month plan, you have your 1-year plan, then it goes down to your 3-month plan, and then we break it all the way down to your 1 month, and then we break it down to even your weekly plan. And the idea is that you're working about 2 hours minimum per day on your business, or to the best of your ability. If you can't do 2 hours a day, then we recommend a minimum 2 hours a week. But remember this, that 65% of your time spent on your business needs to be spent on marketing and sales. The other stuff you can actually hire out to other people. And so here what we did is we have an introduction to the Ad Manager. So it does take a little bit of time to get oriented with this, and I'm reading it and rereading it and going through it and making sure that I understand it. And there's 2 kind of ways of going at it. Just go at it without any experience, which is what I recommend because perfection stops things from happening. Or next, what you're going to do is you're going to read all the information, then go at it and still get that experience. It's funny enough, I was looking online for a bunch of videos and examples and something like what we're doing here, and I really couldn't find anything. So I find it interesting that Facebook's providing some very basics. So I'd like for you to get onto those pages and click them open. And here what I'll do is I'll add this over to you right now. If you guys are on the call right now, what we'll do is we'll add this in the chat. And you can click it open so that you're going to be able to get this in your page as well. And there we have someone else that's coming in, so that's perfect. So hi there, welcome. So we're just going through the basics of getting started with your Facebook ads. I posted some stuff onto the Canadian Marketing Team page. Just go and take a look at that, and it's going to help you understand Facebook advertising and marketing and creating these ads. So what we have is one place, many paths. So depending on your business, Ad Manager provides different ways to create ads. So you can create a complete campaign, or you can do a quick creation. I like the quick creations personally, but I've done complete campaigns as well. So there's two more advanced techniques to be covered in the blueprint, and that's the editing and managing of your Facebook. Duplication, import, export. So it allows you to actually duplicate successful campaigns you've done in the past and upload more. I find with the campaigns that we're doing for the Canadian marketing team, and that's what I'm going to focus in on, is they're date specific. So we're looking to see which of the pictures that we're using are getting more response than the other pictures because we have date specific. And then we have some examples of before you get started. So what you want to do is you want to create your Facebook page and your ad account. So what's really nice is that you can actually go over here and you can create your ad account right away. I'll go back to this right here. So, and you can click on this. What I do is I click on it like this and I open up a brand new tab like that, and then it opens up like this. So it opens up to preparing to advertise on your Facebook page. And that's for your ad account. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. So I'm going to ask whoever is fooling around with the moving stuff, if you can just stop it for a moment, that'd be really helpful. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Now we'll try it that way. There we go. So I don't know who that is trying to come into the room. I'll just say that, see who that is. Hi there. We just got a new member coming in on the telephone. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sorry for being late. A little technical problem here. It's Doug Setter from Vancouver.
Hey, Doug. Welcome. Welcome. That's so awesome that you're here. So very cool. So we did start recording just about 9 minutes ago. This is recording, and we'll make sure we get it up to you. So right now what we're doing is we're just go to the Canadian marketing team, and what you're able to do is on our group page, and you're able to see where we got started with the Facebook advertising. And then what we're doing is we're kind of walking you through each of the processes here. I'm just going to mute you. Perfect. So great. If you can just, I'll unmute everyone as we get going. Then what we're doing is we're creating Facebook ads, and then we're just following the steps before you get started. You want to create your Facebook fan page or create your Facebook page. And we have a couple of pages here. So if we take a look at, I've got a group page, and I also have a page. So this is the page where we're going to be doing advertising for our business, and this is where we do boosting. This is where we get insights and so on. And you're able to take a look and put all your services and your reviews, and able to shop and make offers and put photos and videos and different posts and so on. So this would be like your business page. And the other is your group page. And this is where you interact, and you're able to post and share and actually interact with your members of the business. And so what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to, first of all, find out how can we engage. So I had a 4,365 people post increased, and 56 people engaged with my latest advertising pieces. That's what you're wanting to do with your pages. And so when you go through this, you're going to be looking through and just kind of reading it through. And if you're part of Diane's course, reading all this is just a lot easier. So next what we're doing is we're going into our ad manager, and there's a couple ways you can get to your ad manager. So let's say you have a page, and you should be setting up a page at the very bottom of the publishing tools. Let's just take a look over here. So at the very bottom of our publishing tools, that's one area that you can actually get to it. And of course, when I want to find it, it's just not coming up for me. So that is just the way it is, right? So let's just find out if we can find it over here. Nope, can't find it there either. Oh, man. Oh, just hilarious. I used to be able to find it at the bottom there, but I guess it's not there anymore. Let's go to the promotions. Well, let's go to the create over here and see what comes up. So that's not exactly what I'm wanting. I'm wanting to get into the ad manager. All right, well, I have the ad manager over here. So Facebook must have moved it, which go figure, it does happen. They change stuff all the time. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at your campaign. So I'm going to go just click into my ad manager, and what it does is it tells me my audience insights, my creative hub. So this is really about getting oriented with the ad manager. And then what you have is you have so let's just click through each one. We're going to spend another minute or two kind of getting oriented on this, and then we're going to hand it over to Diane and actually have her post an ad up or post something up. That's kind of what our idea was today. So this right here is introducing Facebook Audience Insights. So getting to know, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a tour for all of us right now. So getting to know people who matter in your business so you can understand what matters to them. Learn about their locations, interests, behaviors, so you can create messages that will help your business grow. So let's take a little tour. So right over here, what we're going to do is define your audience. So custom audiences. So I'm going to ask you guys to kind of get into your ad manager, however you're going to be able to find it. And I posted it's actually in the links over here. If you take a look at this, before you get started, it's actually right here on this particular blueprint. So I'll put that into our chat so you guys can see that. Post it right in there. So you guys can click on that, and then you can get into the ad manager. So just click ad manager right there, and you're going to find that it's going to open up. It should open up for you. I always do a right click, and then I do an open a new tab like that. And then what we're doing is we're going to just start taking a look at our audience and just continue to go through the walkthrough. Next, what we have right here is the age and gender. So self-reported information from people on Facebook profiles. Information is valuable to people, are available for people that are ages 18 and older. So it talks about 18 to 24, all the demographics of people that are using that for you. I'm going to open this up a little further so you can have some more room. Then what we have is we have explore your audience. So click through these tabs to learn about their demographics, interests, and behaviors. And so let's take a look. Then what we have is save your audience. So you can save your audience for future use. It will be like, it'll be available in Ad Manager Audience section. And what you have right here is reach your target audience right away by creating an ad. So we can do create an ad right there. So now what we want is we want to choose an audience to start with. So let's just use everybody on Facebook or people connected to your page. I want to just try to start targeting everyone on Facebook for right now. So this is the region that I want to be in. So I'm going to use the Surrey area because that's where we are located, and I'm currently growing our local area. So now what we've got is we're going to be taking a look at our demographics. And do we want men and women? Or I find that majority of our clients are 50-50, men and women. And as a matter of fact, we get more women coming on and being proactive with their entrepreneurship than we do men. So guys, come on out a little bit more. But today we have an equal mix, 50-50, which is perfect, exactly what I like. So I can decide if I want men or women. And we got one person on here that runs a prenatal education, and their predominant client is women. Go figure, because most women are the ones that are pregnant, and they just carry their men along. So that would be predominantly women if you're going and using that there. So what are some of the interests? So business and industry, and I've done this already a number of times. So what we're looking for is we want business and industry. I'm looking for, if you're in the fitness and wellness industry, you can click that if you wanted to. I can open it up a little bit further. I really don't want anything more than business and industry. And then we're going to take a look at connections. So the people you want to connect to. So let's take a look. People on the Canadian marketing team, those are good. So it's updating my status. And so people connected to the Canadian marketing team, and let's just say here, reading, there's a whole bunch of other information on here too. So let's say a place. That's going to be fine there like that. And people who are not connected to, let's just say, that's fine. We'll just leave that. Now let's look a little more advanced. So what language do we want? So I'm thinking, English is probably a good idea. We use K-English, which is fine. So it's all updating at the same time. So you're going to be wanting to run through the same for you. Now, what are these people? What is their relationship status? Quite frankly, I find that I really do like working with people that are married or single or in a relationship. It doesn't really matter to me. and all interests are fine. So, I mean, I just want someone that's actually interested in working in their business. I really do want someone who has college education, because they're going to understand sales and marketing a little bit better. Maybe what kind of office they have, in a home office or a small office, that would be fine. I don't even mind a corporation. So you can see it's updating absolutely everything on here. And it's probably telling me that I don't have, my audience is just a little bit too small. So let's just keep on going, most likely because what I did is, I'm going to get rid of this. This is where, there we go. Excellent. And then what we want is market segmentation. So these are people, I don't really care about market segmentation. Doesn't really matter to me. Whatever race you are or color you are, we can all work together. I don't really, all parents, so 0 to 12 months, 0 to 2 months. I mean, I'm not, to me, that doesn't really matter. Do I really care about politics? Not really. Business and politics, I find they don't really mix very well. And then life events. Maybe what we're looking for is a recent move. So I think that that's all fine for there. And let's just see what we can do and make sure that we have the proper information. Let's type in New Westminster right there, like that. Couldn't match, there's not enough data. So I have to broaden my search. Let's just go family and relationship. That's fine. Let's take a look at, no, it's not going to really work for me like that. Let's look at this. So this is where we're going to be spending a little bit more time, step one, I guess, in understanding the business and your demographics. Yeah, so none of these are really, I'm not really interested in any of these. What I am interested in is this right here, business and industry. So let's just take a look at connections, advanced connections. I have 18 to any, which is fine. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my audience level up here. So self-reporting information. So couldn't match as user data. So when we're doing this I'll give you an example over here. So I already have an existing, this is another way to look at your ad manager. When you're on your page, you're going to look at publishing tools. So you can see here that what I have is I've got how many people I've reached, how many click action I've got. And I've already got I already have a demographic that I've used. But for this particular example, it's wanting me to just mess around with it a little bit more. So let's say people not connected to the Canadian marketing team. Let's add some more. Let's go Richmond, let's say Port Coquitlam. Go Abbotsford. So estimates what bases the placement of target area on Facebook behaviors, user demographics, page likes, so we don't have to worry about that, activities. And I want to maybe create new. So you haven't saved your changes. So what I'll do is I'll just save it right now. And I'll say this is the 2018-06-25 group. I'll go business. Just like that. So it says it has been saved. So just as an example. Okay. All right, so there's not even any, so obviously I'm not doing it right. I tell you, I've actually, I've been encountering some challenges with the ad creator, I have to admit. Let's try if I click all these. There we go, that's what I want. Done, perfect. So job titles, transportation and moving, management, community services, construction, administrative, sales, production, all of this is very, very good. So exactly, legal services, that's exactly what I want. So what it was is over here, I was a little bit too specific when it came to the people and the demographics. So now what we have is this is working. Let's go down here and let's press save. And we're gonna create an ad right now. So now it says to create an ad, do you want to use ad creation tool or ad manager? So let's use the ad manager. Currently, Ad Manager only works in Google Chrome. Isn't that great? I'm not using Google Chrome. So save your audience. And that's exactly, okay, so that's how come the Ad Manager is not working very well for me and giving me some little grief, is because it likes to actually be used on Chrome. So there's a little tidbit of information for you guys. So we're going to load Ad Manager right here. All right, so next what we want to do is what do we want to do for our objective? And do we want to create a brand awareness? Do we want to extend our reach? So this would be for the awareness. Next, what we have is consideration. Do we want to create more traffic? Do we want to create engagement? And if we take right here, so send more people to a destination or on or off Facebook, such as a website, an app, or a message conversation. And actually you can create full message conversations when you create Messenger on this. It'll walk you through it, and there's a bit of a learning curve. Like anything there's a bit of a learning curve. And so here is get more post engagements, likes, and even more responses and offers and claims. And then we have here is get more people to install your app, which is not what we're doing. Get more people to look at your video. So you can do video advertising. So optimize your ad by delivering 2 seconds or more for a video. We want to do lead generation, drive more sales, such as email addresses from people interested in your brand or your business. And then right here is get more people sending messages to your business in Messenger. And then we have conversions. So drive people to actions on your website. And then what we have is catalog sales. So this is where you can create an automatically and show your catalog. And then we have store visits as well. So which of these do I think that I want to be doing with today? Well, I like conversions. So we're going to use conversions right now. So it says here that I can create a split test. So get people to take action on your website, and that's exactly kind of what I want to do. I want them to go and sign up for our free marketing bootcamp and the sales workshop that's coming up. I don't really want to do a split test right now, so I'm just going to press continue. So I'm showing this with hopes that Diane, are you here? Are you able to follow along at all?
Yep, I'm following. I'm just thinking about what specific audience I want to target.
Yeah. So are you on your screen? Because we can help you with that right now.
Yep, I'm on Facebook and I'm on the Ads Manager page.
Okay, so let's just stop for a moment, because this is kind of what we wanted to do. We wanted to walk someone else through it. So I've successfully got you to the Ad Managers page. Yay! Woohoo! So let's stop, and you can share your screen if you can.
Okay. Let me get to the right screen. That would be that one.
Perfect.
Screen.
And everyone's going to see all of us here on the call, so that's fine. We're
All
all
right.
showing our faces now, guys.
So, okay. So I am here.
Okay, perfect. So let's build your audience. So everyone's going to be wanting to do this exact same process. So Jason, you want to be doing this for your SEO, right? So for TGI SEO Fridays page, which is a great page to create, by the way, I recommend you create a page like that. Gurjeet, you already have a page for prenatal, and you've already been doing ads. So this will just be another audience that you can be using for your ads. And Doug as well. So what you can be doing is you can be just target marketing specifically. And you can play around with if you want to be having a single people or people in a relationship or creating all different audiences that you could be testing and measuring. So go ahead, Diane.
So my goal at this point is to generate leads, correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're wanting people to actually go to your group page, I'm thinking, right?
Well, yes, my Tap into Genius page. So
exactly. So you're going to generate leads? Yep.
Yeah.
So set up an account, it says. So scroll down a little.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So what this is doing is this is not as simple as going onto your Facebook page, putting up an ad, and then boosting it. That's what's called a simple ad creation. You get a lot more versatility when you're using the Ad Manager, what I've been learning.
Okay. So do I want US dollars or do I want Canadian dollars?
I don't think Canadian dollars are on there. Are they?
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Canadian dollars it is. It's better to work in Canadian dollars, I think. So do you have you set your ad set name on the very top? So set your name.
No, I'm not.
So it's just saying Canada 18 plus. So it looks to me that is your, so go to advanced options beside it.
Okay. Enter a name.
Yeah, enter a name. So this is going to be your test or whatever, Tap into Genius number 1. Do you already create your target market out of this, out of curiosity?
No, I have not.
Okay, that's fine. Just press rename. That's fine.
Okay.
Great. So
Okay.
what we're going to do is we're going to create a new audience, or you can use a saved audience. Have you created a saved audience yet?
No, I'm not. So
let's start doing this.
I'm going to go.
So remember, you have 2 target markets or demographics. You have the ones that are in school that really need to pass their university courses without more stress that they already have. That's one target market that I'd recommend you market to and create an advertising campaign for. And then you have professionals as well. So you're going to create a second and third example of your target market. So a second one can be men only, and the next one can be women only, and the next one can be men and women combined. So you're going to be able to test and measure. I find that we had this one campaign we recently did. We got less results from our second target market list than our first one. So my first list is more active and more well-defined than my second list, which is less defined. And so now what I'm able to do is I'm able to say, oh, okay, I'm able to adjust myself accordingly. Because I'm getting click-throughs, right? We're getting people. And so that's exactly what you want to be doing also. Okay. So now what you're going to do is pick your location. It's not everyone in Canada. So where it says Canada, you add more locations underneath that. Yeah, right there. That's it. So you just type it in. Like if you want everyone across Canada, that's fine. But you can just type it in where it says type to add a location. So type in Surrey or Coquitlam or Burnaby. There it is. And just there. And now press Vancouver, because a lot of your clients are actually in proper downtown Vancouver. They actually work downtown in firms predominantly. Right? Because you're going after lawyers, you're going after teachers, you're going after professionals. Mm-hmm. So that's a really nice area that you have there. Okay. So it says here that your daily estimated results on your reach is 250 to 1,500 per day.
Okay.
So now it's 215 to 1,500 per day. And it says that your audience, if you look at the little green part, that's where you want to be. You want to be in that nice green area there. It's pretty nice to find. So you can go a little bit further down.
Okay.
Languages are fine. So now this is what you're going to do is your detailed targeting.
So who would people who like to
browse? Go to browse.
Yeah. Okay.
Make your life a lot easier.
Interests?
Yep. So what interests? So they're going to probably be interested in business and industry. So what you can do is you can go and select all of it, or you can select portions of it. So now you're selecting portions. So are they interested in advertising? Probably. Are they interested in architecture? Probably. They're going to be interested in banking. There's lots of reading in banking, by the way. Tons and tons of reading in banking. I used to be in banking, so there's a lot of reading in banking. Construction, there really isn't that much in construction. Go figure. There are more doing it than there are reading about it, right? Engineering, 100%. Economics, 100%. Depends on the kind of design that you're looking at. Healthcare, absolutely. Healthcare, there's so much reading. It's just incredible how much reading there is. As a matter of fact, they're always behind on their reading, I would imagine. Right, Gurjeet? Yes, she says. She's shaking her head yes. It's the truth, because they're Like they're so short on the amount of people that are working, and there's always a crunch time, and then they're supposed to go and continue to read. And where do they read? They have to read at home on their own time. They're not getting paid for that kind of stuff, and they should be paid at work to be doing that work, but they have to work at work. So that's
Right.
the kind of mentality, the hot buttons that we have going on here. I mean, and who can't afford, all health professionals can afford to triple their reading speed and go home, instead of spending an hour reading that material, spend 15 minutes for that same material. Now they go home and they say, oh man, I don't have to read for an hour. I can read for 15 minutes and get 3 times the amount of information. So that's,
And I'd like to add, what about students? They have so much reading to do.
but this particular demographic right now is not for students. This one is going to be for professionals, and we're going to create a second one for students. But yeah, that's perfectly said.
Yep. So I think I need to do different ads to those different audiences, because the needs and the ad that goes to that audience is different from the ad that I would market to professionals.
Precisely. So let's move on. So go into entertainment. Oh yeah, bodybuilding you don't really need. Weight loss, no, not really. Meditation, no, not really. Those are not really reading activities. Those are more like not reading activities, right? Food and drink, not really. Politicals and social issue, I would say yes to that. Politics, there is so much reading in politics. It's crazy how much reading there is in politics. Politicians, first of all, I would say that one of your best things to do is to open up who is currently in government, and then get them all on Facebook. And there's about 300 of them right now in Parliament. And there's how many different parliaments? There's the city parliament, and then there's provincial parliament. And I know they're all called different things. And then there's the federal government, right? So there's 3 different levels of government, and the reading is just insane. If you were to start target marketing and saying we specialize in training politicians on how to read better with better comprehension, that in and of itself, because think about this. First of all, any training that they do is a write-off.
Yep.
And your training's super affordable at that point.
Yep.
So now you've got over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people, and you become the expert in that. So click politics, yeah, for sure. Military, yep. Absolutely lots of reading in military, community issues, veterans. Not really too much in veterans, so you got that right. Sustainability, no volunteering. So let's just continue on. So you're right on there with what you're getting. So let's just move a little bit further. Technology, there's lots of reading with technology. Yes, absolutely. So now what you're doing, everyone who's watching this, and this is going to be free for everybody. You guys are going to get this free information. We want you to come and join our Canadian marketing team group. This is the kind of stuff that we have going on, real practical information. We're learning as we go.
There are a whole whack of categories here.
There are.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Small business owners.
Mm-hmm. Technology early adapters, lots of reading there.
Yep.
And I would do it in financial as well. I'd go to the financial aspect.
Okay.
Yeah. Right down there, yeah. A little further down. You find it?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So definitely banking. Investments, yes, 100%. You know how much reading there is in investments? So much reading. And if you don't read it all, guess what? Your fault, no one else's.
Spending doesn't really make...
Nope, you're right. You don't have to really do that. And then you have media. So let's take a look at media. Maybe job roles would be good. Let's take a look at job roles for a moment. See which job roles there are. Corporate executives and financial professionals. Yes to, and yes to both of those. So you can see your results are just 220 to 1,200 approximately per day is your estimated results that you'll be able to do locally here. So it's a very finite market. That's why what you're going to do is you're going to test locally, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go to each and every single city when you've actually farmed a certain area, and then you rotate back.
So what's the little exclamation mark that's in orange? We will be removing some detailed targeting options.
Yeah, because it's privacy issues. So yeah, so just scroll down. You don't have to worry about that. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
I say purchase behavior. Take a look at that. Yeah, business travelers. Great idea. Great idea to add the travelers.
Purchase behavior.
Yeah, I was thinking purchase behaviors. Let's take a look at that. Business purchases. Yes, absolutely. Engage. Don't really care about the rest of those. Yeah. Yeah, Kindle reader for sure.
Yep. Lots of people reading ebooks these days.
There are. So you can see, guys, this takes a little bit of time. I know we're going a little over time today, but this is the time it takes. I mean, literally 15 to 20 minutes per section that you're building out, unless you're going to hire someone else to do this kind of stuff for you. I really do recommend you create your own audiences because you know your own demographics.
Okay, that's probably good enough to start.
I think yeah. So you want to save your target audience right now. Save your audience. And you're using Chrome, right?
I am on Chrome.
Yeah, so I figured out that's why I'm having problems. Funny. So save your audience where it says there, save your audience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want to do that. Otherwise, all this work is for naught.
There we go.
So now you have 240 to 1,300 people per day that you're going to be able to advertise to.
Okay. But your potential reach is 3.2 million.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It all depends on how much you want to spend. If you want to spend $2,000 a day, you'll be able to get all of them. But we start small because we want to test and measure our headlines and our ads. So we started at $7, and now we're up to about $50 to $100 per ad now. Just so you start small and you slowly build yourself up as you're getting better results.
Okay.
And some people are going to say, "What are you talking about? That's not very much money." So add. So that's a $20 budget. So put $100 and see how much your reach is going to be.
Does it change?
See, look at that, 1,200 to 7,400.
Okay.
Now put the $2,000 that I mentioned in there. That's daily ad.
Ooh, not 20,000.
Well, people do spend 20,000. Not even a joke. So you're gonna have to press enter or a different button there.
Yeah, 25 to 160, which converts into 72 to 360 leads according to Facebook.
Well, you know, if you have a really good ad and you've tested your ads and you know you're getting conversion in it, it's not going to be an issue for you to pay such a thing.
Right.
Because you know that for $2,000, you're going to get let's take a number at that. Your goal for the year is 72 kind of thing, right? Or 100.
100. That's my
Your goal
conservative.
for the year is 100. So what we're doing is we're just growing very slowly, surely, and steadily. And as you increase that ad base, and that's what you really want to do. You want to. So if you do $7 is what I start off with.
Okay.
And you'll see that it's going to go even less. And there's a lot of manual Facebook stuff that you want to be doing at this time. You want to be joining groups, communicating in groups, getting people to your group, getting people to your page, a lot of that interaction.
Right.
So $7 will get you 80 to
500.
And it doesn't guarantee you any leads.
Yep.
But you get to test and measure. For $7, it's worthwhile to test and measure, right?
Mm-hmm.
If your advertising piece you just created is good. Like Gurjeet.
Right.
Gurjeet just created a brand new advertising piece for a local midwife. What she needs to do is she needs to get that on here, test it out as a demographic and see what people say about it.
Right.
And that will tell her whether this is a good ad or not. First of all, I know it's a good ad because it really captures my attention. But does it capture the attention of her target audience? That's really interesting. And also for Jason too. Jason wants people to be coming to his free search engine optimization sessions on Fridays. Every second one's coming up this Friday, by the way. So, you know, what's $7 for him to test and measure is perfect. And one of the things you can also do to boost is you can share your page onto other people's groups. And that really works very, very well. And it's free, organic growing of your business.
Right.
So you can continue now.
Okay.
Jason, sorry. Odin, I have a question.
Yeah.
Now, you just mentioned that it doesn't guarantee your lead, but out of all this exposure, your leads could come anyways, right?
That's correct. Exactly. Yeah. So we're about the low cost, no cost marketing first. And as you build your business and you're testing your market and you got that articulated sales argument going and you have a conversion process and a sales process, you ramp it up and you just start getting leads. And remember that this is just one lead source. This is for Facebook and Instagram. We also haven't talked about lead generation on LinkedIn, which is very important as well for your marketing and your marketing budget. And we haven't even talked about any offline marketing like your local online newspapers, which really do help as well. We haven't talked about advertorials. We haven't talked about car signs. We haven't talked about all the other things you can be doing to draw in that extra 1 or 2 leads. I mean, Gurjeet, what's really important for you is to get onto Vistaprint and get a magnetic sign that you can put on the side of your car, get prenatal education, right? And we can work out the message, put on the side of your car for when you're at work. People can take a look at it. Costs $50 and get people to go to the website. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our website, right? Sign up now. So just all these kind of things really help your business. So now what we're looking at is we're looking at the kind of advertising that you're going to be doing. So are you going to do a core sell? Are you going to do a single image? I hope I said the first one right. A single video or a slideshow. I always do the single image. Yeah, that's it. So scroll down a little. Mm-hmm. So then what you're going to do is you're going to add more images. So this is where you want to be really creative with your image. And you want to make sure you're getting an image that actually is able to convert. So you can use something like GIMP, which is what Jason recommends, that really cool editing software. And if you haven't been checking out his SEO training, he actually gives training on his last video on how to use GIMP, which is pretty darn cool. And I was like, whoa, you need a lesson just on GIMP, man. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. So he's right there with that. And it's a free service. It's free software that you can download. And you just come on and check out our SEOs, TGI SEO Fridays, and every second Friday. Jason, give a little plug to the website where people can go to, would you?
What you're talking about for the
to sign up for
SEO Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll just give me a moment here. I'll just pick up the link because I don't have it memorized.
Yeah, no problem. So let's continue with Diane then. So Dan, do you have an image that you can be using out of curiosity?
I'm just getting one.
Okay, perfect.
Right, so I'll post the link in the chat.
Okay, perfect. I think that, for today, Diane, how about we stop it?
Yep.
How about we stop for today? I think this is a lot of information for everyone to digest who's listening. And everyone today, your goal is to actually create one brand new target audience for yourself. And make sure that you don't use Firefox for this. Make sure that you use Chrome, obviously, because I had some technical difficulty. You guys witnessed that. And Diana's using Chrome, and she's having no issues at all, Dr. D. So that is going to make a big difference. And I didn't know that difference. So we'll just stop, and what we'll do is we'll stop the screen sharing right now. If you can stop your screen sharing.
Got it.
Perfect. And what I'll do is I'll share my screen over here.
Can I say something before we go on to the next step?
Oh, yeah, please.
One thing that struck me, which I was really amazed by, Jason and Diane. One is TGI and one is TIG. Did you?
That wasn't planned that way.
I know, it was so it just hit me straight up.
What was that? I was concentrating on something here at all.
It's all good, Jason. It's all good. So here, I'm going to open this up, and we're going to show you. So coming up on our next event, it was a play on words, Jason. She's remarking on playing words. So you can radiantfreedom.lipages.tgi SEO Friday. So you can just go take a look at that. I highlighted it for your review. You can type it out. It's also in the Zoom chat. Would like for you to guys go there, and you can sign up for our next live event coming up. We just have to update this, and so all the dates will be on there, and you can check it out. What I'll do also is I'm going to put it onto our Facebook page, so you can check it out on our Facebook page. Right over here. On our group page. Like this. And that's what this is meant for. These pages are meant to actually be used to promote our businesses and help each other out. So I hope that was helpful for you guys today. You got a little bit more insight into your target audience. And next week, what we'll do is we'll continue with developing these ads until this is done, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'll stop the recording. And if you guys weren't here, now this is where we get to talk off the record for a little while. Say how awesome I was, and how awesome Diane was, and how awesome Jason is, and how awesome Gurjeet is, and everyone else who's attended. So talk to you soon. Bye, guys.